nominated Joe because he's officially retiring from his role at Eagle Bluff next year. And he's been here for 40 some years. I don't even know how many exactly. And he needs to be honored for the amazing work that he did, not only creating Eagle Bluff, but the impact he's had in environmental education, both in Minnesota, but in this region as well. The first impact is just clearly like creating Eagle Bluff. But I think the second is like really his passion for environmental ed and for like making sure that students and adults have an amazing experience and that they can take their experience at Eagle Bluff and take it home and make an impact on it or do something that they've learned from here. He's always been like, I don't want this to just be a standalone trip. I want people to like take what they learn here and put it into action. And if you think about how long Eagle Bluff has been around, because of Joe, we've literally impacted hundreds of thousands of people. And I truly believe that this state is what it is today and has the love of the outdoors because of what Joe has helped do in this state with environmental ed.
I asked him when he was first interested in environmental education, and he said that when he was a child, his grandfather taught him the Latin names of plants and trees. And so he said it was just kind of a natural evolution for him. And he did a lot of outdoor projects and things like that when he was in high school and college, and it just continued to progress from there. Throughout his lifetime, obviously, he's been interested and passionate about environmental education. It just seems like whatever Joe does or who he comes in contact with, it ends up coming full circle. Just the vast number of students that, and adults too, that come through our doors at Eagle Bluff, and they are taking in what he has done, and then they go home and they share information with their families or peers or coworkers. We've served so many groups and schools, but that doesn't really show the total number of people that are impacted by one person's Eagle Bluff experience.
Before Eagle Bluff was Eagle Bluff, it was the Forest Resource Center, and the main goal was to help landowners think about how they could use their land without cutting down trees and just selling those off. So how do you use your woods in order to actually like make some money? And Joe taught classes out of his house before we had any buildings in forest management, particularly in like how to plant and raise black walnut trees. And we had a donor about 5 years ago come back to Eagle Bluff. He hadn't been here in years. Said, hey, I'd like to donate my walnut plantation to Eagle Bluff to help achieve its mission and use this gorgeous piece of 25 acres for environmental ed. And he said, and by the way, Joe Deden is the one who taught me how to think about land and management and plant these black walnuts and cultivate them. And so he donated that piece of land back to Eagle Bluff because of that one class that he took in the basement of Joe's house 40 years ago.
He is always willing to pitch in and do what his staff are doing. He was the director of Eagle Bluff, but he didn't direct people. I mean, he was there helping. I mean, we had to shovel out snow in the dorm when it was being built in the dorm rooms before it was all covered up and everything, and he was right there shoveling snow. I feel like that has inspired my work because I'm in a way probably more driven because I'm working alongside somebody that I look up to and respect so much, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing the work that he expects and wants and that's benefiting Eagle Bluff.
I think one of the ways that Joe inspires people the most is really his passion towards environmental ed. He is now at a point in his life where he's a little bit older, but he's very like direct about like, hey, we got to fix things now. We need to change our behavior now. And he like does it in a way that really is inspiring. And I think a lot of us have taken that mentality and like use that in our classes to be able to make sure that we are achieving a call to action with environmental ed, that it's not just like, oh, look how wonderful everything is, and here's some fungus, and here's this tree. It's like, really, what can people do once they leave Eagle Bluff, again, to like make a deeper impact on their own lives. I think one of the programs that people most remember Joe for is, again, sort of like pre-Eagle Bluff being a residential environmental learning center. It was after our forest resource days when we started cultivating shiitake mushrooms. We were one of the largest producers of shiitakes in the country because we got a federal grant to do it. And shiitake cultivation has always been a passion of Joe's, and we still do that here at Eagle Bluff. Twice a year, Joe goes down and collects shiitakes and brings them up here and passes them around or helps distribute them to donors. And so I feel like when people think about Joe, they think about shiitakes and forests, and then, of course, all the other wonderful programs we have here. So Joe obviously is the founding executive director of Eagle Bluff, has clearly made Eagle Bluff what it is today with his leadership and vision and guidance. But he was also really instrumental in working with the other Minnesota RELCs, so Long Lake, Wolf Ridge, Laurentian, Deep Portage, Osprey Wilds. I think I got them all, to make sure that they were all well supported and got funding as well to become what they are today. So Joe was really instrumental in the early 90s with a project called Project EarthSense, which helped get money from the state, along with raising money from many other foundations, to grow our centers to what they are today. And I think the other directors would agree that without Joe's help, like, that wouldn't have happened.
Congratulations, Joe, for receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award through MAEE. I don't think that there is a person that's more deserving of that Lifetime Achievement Award than you. And I just want to thank you for everything that you've done and will continue to do in the spirit and the passion that we all know is yours.
Congratulations, Joe Deden, to a wonderful Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm proud of you.
Hey, Joe, congratulations on your MAEE Lifetime Achievement Award. As somebody that's worked with you for 25 years, I can truly say that nobody is more deserving. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Joe, on your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Joe, congrats on your Lifetime Achievement Award, and thank you for all the work you've put into Eagle Bluff and restoring the lands around it.
Congratulations, Joe. Thanks for making Eagle Bluff such a special place for all of us.
Way to go, Joe. All right.
Congrats, Joe. Thanks for everything you do for us.
Congratulations, Joe, on your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Hey, congratulations, Joe, on this year's Lifetime Achievement Award in Environmental Education through MAEE. I can't think of anyone more deserving for this honor. Your legacy has already reached multiple generations and will continue to do so. For me, starting in my role at age 26, there was a lot that I didn't know, and you were always so gracious with your time and your advice to help me along the way. So thanks a lot, congratulations again, and wishing you all the very best.
He had this vision for Eagle Bluff, and he's ultimately the reason why we are here, why we have 45 years of history and such amazing program and diversity of programs. Like, this was his brainchild, and he worked his entire life to make this place happen. The impact is so great because of his vision and his dedication, and I just want to thank him so much for that and congratulate him on his retirement, and we will miss him. And I know he's not moving far away and he's still going to be involved, but what he's done is it's incredible, and we're so very grateful.
The Minnesota Association for Environmental Education is honored to present the 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award to Joe Deden. Joe, your incredible contributions to environmental education can be felt across the state and will have positive impacts for years to come. Congratulations, Joe.
Hi, I'm very honored to receive this award from MAEE. It's been an interesting experience being involved in environmental education for 40 plus years. I'm very pleased of all the people that I've worked with and met with and helped out along the way. I think it's great what MAEE does. And in the time of global climate change, I think it's very important that you continue to be involved and active in moving environmental education forward into the future. So thank you very much for this award. I look forward to you coming down to visit what Mary and I are doing in Lanesboro, which is building a all-electric home with Tesla solar shingles, power wall, and heat pump. So come visit when you can. Thank you for the award.